But today we are going to start with a new data structure, and we are going to call it as tuple. And tuples, tuples are sort of like lists, right? They are also a collection of objects. They're also ordered collections, and they can be arbitrary objects, just like lists, right? But there is a key difference between tuples and lists, and the key difference is that lists are mutable, whereas tuples are immutable, right? And so there's a key difference, and and lists, you can add objects to it, you can remove an object, um, but tuples, you will, once you've created it, you cannot change those tuples, right? So let's try to see how we do that. Let's take it as an example. So let's say we have list one, which we know we can create, and we create it with square brackets, right? This is a list one. But you can similarly create a tuple, right? And tuple will always be created with round brackets, right? And you can put the same thing. This is again a tuple with um, with objects, right? Just like a list. So the question, and then just like in list, you can access the elements of a tuple. So tup1 0, tup1 of -1. You can do all of those things, right? But in list, you could say that list 1 of 0 equal to 100, right? That was allowed. List 1 has changed, but tup1 of 0 equal to 100 will give you an error, right? And that's the key difference. Is once a tuple is created, you cannot modify the tuple, right? If tuples are like lists, why do we, what's the advantage? Why do we use tuples instead of lists, right? And and the and the key thing that you should remember is that the fact that these tuples are immutable, it actually provides some integrity, right? Whenever, sometimes, when you are, for example, using, later on you will look at shapes of arrays, and when many programs, they give you the shape of an array, it gives the shape as a tuple, okay? And the reason it sort of gives it to you as a tuple is that it doesn't want you to change that shape, right? It's something that it holds very strongly, right? It's like, you can't change the shape of something, right? And so that's why it doesn't give you that as a list. It gives it to you as a tuple, right? Later on, if you when you go to sklearn and you'll run a model, and you look at the accuracy of the model, you'll look at the output, it'll be in the form of a tuple, right? And so the thing is that, with tuple, you're guaranteed that, okay, if you have this thing, it hasn't changed, right? But list, there's no such guarantee. You have a list, you could change it, right? So really, that's really the big difference between tuple and list.